Hi guys, it's Candace. Welcome back to Journal Me Crazy. Yes, I know, I'm alive. Shoot, let me tell you what. It was a rough 2 weeks. um, well, I mean, it's been more than 2 weeks now, but since all of the hoopla happened and the storm and losing power the first hour, I was in here for 6 days with no power, no heat. It went from 52 in the house to 48 to 43 to 38. And when it got to 38, I couldn't stay here anymore because it was just too stinking cold. And plus, I had to save Rusty because he slid down the I'm looking for some other papers to put on here for the backs. Because he slid down the hill. We had 3 inches of ice that came, and he wouldn't stop sliding. I couldn't get to him. He wasn't even listening to me because he was afraid, and I really think some of the snow caused like some snow blindness for him because he just wouldn't come and didn't know where to go. So this is just laying on here for where I left off. I have these Dove White paint chips from Valspar, which was Lowe's. So I'm just going to quickly, well, you can still see behind there though. This one's thicker. I'm going to throw some paper on here. And then we're going to use this stuff that's, just trying to use what's on here. But, oh my gosh. Oops. Well, this is my last stick. I know, no, I have more. It's just I don't have a spare here. Let me go run get the spare before I start. I'll be right back. All right. Got my other glue stick and got another one on reserve. So let's just try to use what's on here. I know sometimes it's easier to take it out and get glue on your fingers. Oh my gosh. So, no, we want regular glue. So I ended up with a tree up against the back kitchen window, which I finally, I found a guy to come cut that down. Well, he's cut it, but he's supposed to be coming back to remove it, to cut it down some more so he can burn it. Well, nope. Hadn't been back. Yep, I know. Y'all know who I'm talking about too. But, and then he's supposed to repair my roof because we had a new roof leak because when the ice gets underneath where it's overlapped and then it expands, well, it makes I gotta turn this heater off. It makes the roof screws loose because it pulls them up. Well, he did some of it, but he came later than he was supposed to. He came at like, I don't know, 1:30. And then he said, oh, I got to go home and get my big ladder and all this stuff. Well, I had to leave at 3. He hadn't been back yet. And because I had to go to Gallatin to return something at Lowe's. And anyway, so, by the time he made it back, whenever he made it back, he didn't have enough time to do everything he was supposed to do. So his ladder's still hooked to the back of the house. His safety rope's still tied to the 4-wheeler. And he was supposed to come back yesterday, but it rained all day yesterday. All stinking day. It wasn't heavy, but, it was just that constant, I call it spitty rain. It's just annoying. And there's no point in him, coming to get on the roof to get hurt. And that's all there is to it on that one. So, and he's supposed to come back today. Well, as you can tell, it's after lunch. I know I'm late. I'm just all confused. I had to go bring the car to the detail shop because they're going to take all day. They're going to they got to remove all the seats because when we evacuated, Ada puked everywhere. Everywhere. Between the seats, between the doors, everywhere. That car is just, it'll never be the same. But I found a place, when I was driving to get my hair cut, my hair appointment day, I'm throwing that in the trash. I'm not fighting with it today. I'm not in the mood. And there was this place, and I always see it, it says detail. And I'm like, well, what exactly, how much detail do they do? And so I stopped in and asked them, and they're like, oh, yeah, we do that. We do biohazard stuff. And I was like, oh, no, sir, we're not quite there. So, so I had to drop my car off at 8, and then they drove me back home. And then when it's done today, they will call me and either come get me to get it or bring it here, and then I'll drive whoever back, like, this morning. But yeah, so they said, oh, it's not that bad. I mean, I tried cleaning up as best I could when she did it, but let me tell you, yep, no, girlfriend doesn't ride well. I mean, Rusty doesn't either, but he didn't puke like she did. Oh my God, I just didn't know a dog can puke that much. So anyway, so they're doing that, and then I brought the cushions from Dolly in there from the little banquette, and asked them if they could, clean them, because, I mean, why not? And they're like, oh yeah, we can do that for you. No extra charge. I'm like, I like that. So, because it's going to be $325 for them to do that stuff for Miss Pukalotopus. Oh, but man, I'm telling you, she did some serious damage to the poor little car. And that's all there is to it. Oh, but luckily it hasn't been hot, so it didn't have that awful smell, but it has a smell. And but so they're doing that. Oh Lord, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so confused, and it took so long to find somebody to come because they were so busy doing other people's stuff who got stuck. I think I'm gonna go that way. And everybody was like, "Oh, it'll take us a month to get there. Oh, it'll take blah blah." And I finally got Anthony, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he said, "I'll be there within the week." Well, it was exactly a week, and and I should have known that. Don't expect miracles. But anyway, oh, I still do. But hopefully he comes back up. I mean, he and our neighbors right next door, Jim and Julie, and their son Mac, cut 9 trees out of the road so everybody could get out of our road because the county couldn't do it because they were too busy doing, everywhere else. And since we're the small, the little redheaded stepchild of the county, they just said that it'd be a while before they could get here. And so Jim and Mac, which they usually do cut most of the. I know I'm looking for a little scrap. Well, we'll just use this. They usually have to do the tree trimming to get out of our hollow out of our road, because the county really, by the time they get here, even when it's not a freak accident, crazy storm, and all this other Armageddon stuff, which let me tell you, it actually was this time. Oh, it was so bad. Um, but they cut them and then just piled them on the side of the road. And I don't know. I guess I don't know if the county is ever going to come pick it up, or it's going to be their responsibility to burn it. But it's some piles of stuff. Oh, I don't want that on there because I want Dove White, even though it's. I know I might need that. Well, actually, I do. Right here to cover that little spot, that little oops. Oh, but oh my gosh. So yeah, I stayed here for 6 days with no 6 days, 7 nights with no power, freezing our butts off. Luckily I just opened the freezer in the refrigerator because it was so stinking cold. Um, I didn't lose anything in the beginning because you know it was so stinking cold. Oops, I guess I need to let that dry a little more. So I just helped myself to what was in the open freezer because I was trying to make sure. Golly, what I do with that to keep Rusty's insulin cold? That's the thing I was worried about. But since it was so cold inside, his insulin was fine, and I was very thankful for that. Oh, but and when we evacuated, I'm making sure I thought I was doing good. I did not bring his needles. I brought his insulin, but I didn't bring his needles. Well, where we were over in Lebanon, an hour and a half away from here, um, that Walmart doesn't sell the same insulin needles that our Walmart does. So it wasn't long enough, and it was real thin. So, and I think he did have a bad reaction. I guess it was just all the stress and trauma. I mean, God, they didn't eat right. They just didn't act right. I mean, they didn't know what to do, and they don't know how to walk on leashes. Oh, they're just bad. And so that's something we need to seriously work on because it was very hard, very hard to walk with dogs who don't know how to walk on leash. Oh, all right. I guess I could just cut that one out. It'd be a little easier. So this is down a little before down there. But man, yeah, I stopped at 5 places before I found this place that would take the dogs, and I had to pay extra, but that's okay. They still were cheaper than everybody else because everybody else wanted $15 per dog per night, and I'm like, oh, no, I was about to have to sleep in the car, but I didn't. We found this other place. I mean, it wasn't the best, but well, hey, it had hot water, electricity, TV, microwave, refrigerator. I was happy. I was at the Ritz in my own world, even though it was a travel inn north of the interstate, which was really loud. Oh, and the dogs were just not used to the noises and people walking, around because we're on the bottom floor, and oh, yeah, they struggled, and then they tried to escape all the time because they're used to you open the door and they get to go outside. Well, I could only take them out 2 by 2, sometimes 3, but it was much easier with 2 by 2 because they wrap around your legs and nearly take you down, and oh, then they wanted to bark, and oh yeah yeah. So because they had this one person, I think she's living there personally. I don't know. She had a huge German Shepherd and a huge Rottweiler, and it seemed to be every time we went out walking to take them potty, she was out there with her dog, and oh man, I mean we walked far apart, but yeah, there was still that attitude between dogs. And but like I said, I was happy and thankful that they allowed dogs, because I didn't know what to do. Well, I was gonna drive to Emily's, and then my son was like, well, Mama, why don't you just find a and then Emily never called me back, and I got mad at her because I said, this was an emergency, you didn't even listen to your voicemail. She's like, well, I thought you just called. And I'm like, well, I said you thought wrong. I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie to you. And she's like, well, she says, you're always more than welcome here. Just show up. And I said, well, I'm not one of those just show up kind of people. I like to make sure that I'm coming and that it's okay for me to come. And she's like, oh, Mimi. And I'm like, no. She goes, I wasn't doing it out of spite. Because I didn't reply to her answer. I was mad. She knows it was. So, anyway. So, I found the first place that allowed dogs. And then, you know, we checked in there and we stayed there for a whole week because we were there from Tuesday to Tuesday, and we didn't get power back on till the Monday before because I was really thinking I was going to have to stay another day or two. But my neighbors called and said, "Oh, we got power." And I'm like, "Was it staying on?" And she's like, "Well, because sometimes it comes on and then it likes to go off again." And she's like, "So far so good." And so then I called Tuesday morning. I'm like, "The power's still on?" She's like, "Yes, it is." I'm like, "All right." So we boxed everything up. Man, the stuff we had, geez Louise. I mean, you know how hard it is traveling with little babies. Well, I had 5 I was traveling with. Whew. So, but yeah. And I have to say, God help me, it was a little fun, but it also showed me, oops, that's not the ink pad, how badly behaved my children are. You can't take them out to a restaurant. Oh, they weren't that bad, but oh my gosh, they were bad enough. It was just all, the nerves. There was just so much stress and worrying about this and that. And then I had a bill that I had to pay, and the Wi-Fi at the hotel didn't reach, except into the lobby of the hotel. And Robert was trying to help me, get done. He's like, "Mama, just push the button Wi-Fi." I said, "I'm doing it. It's not working," because I have no patience when I'm flustered. And so I told him, I said, "I'm going to go walk to the lobby." So I walked into the lobby, worked fine. The girl's like, "Yeah, we've had a few other people complain." "I'm sorry, don't advertise you have free Wi-Fi if your crap don't reach your whole hotel." So anyway, so I, got on there and paid my bill, and then I was trying to get in touch with my car insurance people because I knew it was due. I'm past due. But anyway, I drove over there because we went there on Tuesday. I drove all the way over here to Lafayette, an hour and a half. Well, that's when Ada puked round 2. And I tell you, when she pukes, it's 3 and 4 violent episodes per time. Um, they weren't flipping open. Imagine that. And then Friday, because I'm panicking, because I don't want my stuff to be, anyway, I want my stuff to be paid on time and all the other stuff. And then I just said, well, they don't give a crap, so obviously I don't need to give a crap. And so I called this another location. I called one there in Lebanon where I was at, and the guy, oh, he was so rude. He's like, "Well, we don't have other people's accounts, and we can't accept payments." I'm like, "You're the same company. Why can you not accept my payment?" "Well, we just don't do that." And I'm like, "Fine." So, and then I tried calling another one. Well, they weren't open because of the weather. I'm sorry. It was no kind of bad weather over there. I mean, well, it was, but it wasn't, like, "Oh God, don't go to work" type stuff, because there was no ice on the roads there. I mean, they're a real city, and all their stuff was, taken care of. This is bothering me. Y'all know it is. Oh, so I didn't get a hold of anybody, so my stuff didn't get paid. I think I just got, and then when we got home, like the middle of the next week, which was like a week and a half ago. I don't even know anymore. I'm lost. Um, we finally got mail, and it's like 3 weeks worth of flipping mail. So I've got so much crap to go through, and I'm getting loud because when I get upset, when I get PO'd, y'all know I get loud. But so now I have all this mail I have to go through that are just bills upon bills, and disputes with the Capital One and all this, and I'm just, oh my God, I'm over it. This is not working. It needs to be, I guess, this one there. So I guess it's gonna have to wait till, I don't know, maybe when I'm done with this, I'll drive into town in my car, in the truck. Because I sure don't want to play that game. Well, then I'm like, oh, I gotta find the car tag for because I did not put it on the RV. I did not put it on Dolly. I set it down somewhere. Oh dear God, I can't find it. So I've got to find that. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, when Anthony had come Saturday. Oh Lord, I'm so confused on days. It's just not even funny. Um, he checked out Dolly and everything, and got on the roof, and he's like, "Yeah, I see a couple of spots here that wouldn't hurt to get, this, that, and other." And I'm like, "Okay." I said, I was hoping that you was going to come by and look at it because, I mean, he's got no fear of any kind of heights. And then he's, he's not that heavy. Oh, sorry. Creature crawling. Anyway, he might be 140 wet. Oh, so, and then, he listened to the engine, checked stuff, and he was like, he said, I have to tell you, you did good. I'm like, well, I'm glad. Because I was a little worried. So, but he was, talking about this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, I said, I'm glad you know some of this stuff. He said, oh, yeah. He said, I've been around RVs and campers and everything all my life. I'm like, well, that's good. And then when he found out, that I was stuck here and had to call 911 to come rescue me, and they towed me out, I'm going to try to get, I have some videos, just little snippets and stuff. I'm going to try to get some of them posted just so you can see some of the ordeal. Oh, yeah. And them towing me out with a rope because they didn't have any kind of tow strap or anything. They just had nylon rope. I mean, don't call yourself fire and rescue if you don't have a snowplow. And if your poor men don't have ice cleats on. Oh man, they were slipping and sliding, about to bust their butts. It was I felt bad for them. Oh. And I was so thankful that, because I did call him the day before, because, Rusty was slid halfway down the hill and I couldn't get him, and I was ice picking and shoveling to get out. I'm in 6 layers of clothes, sweating my butt off, and just all upset. But I got him. Oh, God, it was a battle. And then I think when the next day, Tuesday, rolled around, when it just got colder and colder, I had just had enough. My nerves were shot, and I was over it. So, but, leave before you must, because you might not be able to get out. I almost, if I was stuck any further up on our driveway, I'd have been, I don't know what I'd have done, because they couldn't have got me back up, because they had no vehicles or no way of, I don't know. Anyway, so, but like I said, I ordered the generator. It finally got delivered last Monday, because I guess it's been, 2 weeks since, because our road was still so icy. It was iced until last Tuesday when I managed to get out to go get my hair cut, because I was rough and I wasn't missing that appointment. But anyway, so I mean, these are still from the same antique whatever we was messing with. I don't even have the piece of paper around here. And this is our little cutoffs from something that we made. So we're just going to use them because I thought it would be pretty on here for a winter flower. But oh my gosh. Yeah. Next time, I'm going to treat it like a Category 5 hurricane. Leave. Oh, I almost did. I almost left in Dolly, but I was like, I didn't want everybody to see her because, I hadn't done anything to her, and, I wanted her to be a little dop-dee-dop-dop done, which, I haven't done anything because everything I've ordered, it's taken so long to get here, and it's not working because, like, some of the prints are too big for the small trailer space, and, I want it to look good. And I don't want to have to do it over and then over again. I want to do one time. So, all right. So I was just going to put these on here. And then see if, it looks good, I think. And then, I don't know, we can maybe put some of that behind it. And we still have this piece. What's all over here? No, we don't really have a lot underneath there, which is surprising. But, well, ouch. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll keep the fatter one on here. I do want to tear this a little more. Oh, but yeah, and I'm just so out of whack. And trying to get everything washed and then put back where it belongs, and got the smoke detectors put back. Now I've got to, what else? Oh, I got light bulbs that are all out on the porch. Oh, I hate that because I don't like standing on the ladder. But I got to go drag that from the barn, I guess, because the bigger one's down there. Because the other one that we had, that's the tall one, God, it's so heavy. It's one of those, you know, crank, 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 crank. I call them transformer ladder. But, because it, turns into different things. And it is so heavy. Oh my gosh. Because I had it over there when I was trying to repair the 2 leaks that came from Dolly, from the rain and then from the ice when it melted. So I think I got all that. I used a whole thing of whatever, some RV sealant, and it worked good. I mean, it didn't leak or anything so far, knock on wood. So, but then Anthony's like, well, you need to buy some of that Flex Steel and spray on there. So Lowe's had them on sale for $16 a can, so I bought 2. So I'm hoping he'll spray it on the top for me for now. And then, whoops, I was trying not to do that. And then, you can see what's up. Because, I mean, it wouldn't hurt for the top to be, like, redone, because it wasn't prettily done. But, I mean, who's going to be looking on top? Except for Candace. So as long as it doesn't leak, I just need to leave it alone. And Auntie's like, you just need to get a scrub brush and some bleach. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll be paying you to do that because I ain't getting up on top of that thing. He's like, well, it feels pretty secure. I said, but I got a good 100 pounds on you. Not really, but I ain't getting up there. So anyway, and he ain't afraid of heights or nothing. So go for it. Oh, but yep. And then while we evacuated, I found it used to be, I guess, Payless Shoe Store headquarters or something, and now it's an RV city type thing with selling RVs and stuff. So I need to drive up there and check them out and see if there's what they do, and maybe they could help me with some stuff because Anthony's like, well, is it this such and such and such a tank and that I'm like, I don't know, she didn't show me all that. He's like, oh. And I'm like, I said, well, I might have to get you to give me some real lessons on Dolly because I don't know enough, and I don't want to get stuck somewhere and be in trouble. Because my plan was just not to use the toilet or the shower, and just wherever I stop, make sure they have a toilet and shower place, or run into a pilot or somewhere, um, because I really don't know how to use it or what to do or even where it's located. So, oops, I just made yuck. Okay. Oh my gosh. I hope you guys have been doing good. I hope if any of you guys that was in that crazy snowstorm stuff, I hope you survived and I hope it was kind to you. Oh my goodness. All right. So now I need some other stuff. You know it. I got the itches on my neck. We have these little labels. Okay, I kind of don't mind. I want the darker one or the lighter. I don't know. I like this one. Oh, and then when I went to Home Depot, when I was returning my Lowe's stuff, trying to get the correct thing that was supposed to come that didn't ship right, and I'm like, y'all don't sell wallpaper? He says, no, ma'am, we haven't sold wallpaper in this store in years. And I'm like, well, excuse me. Um, so on that. And then I stopped at where was that? Hobby Lobby to see about grabbing a calendar because usually they have calendars out there year round. Not a one. And I was like, well, maybe I have to check the other Hobby Lobby, you know, in another town. So, oh well. So I didn't get a calendar. Um, let's see what we have here. We got. I can put this scrap. It's hanging out over here underneath there. Oh, but man. Yep. Oh, and um, my California neighbor's house is officially sold. They're under contract. They're in escrow, and I saw them out Saturday. Today's Monday. Yeah, Saturday, taking the dog kennel apart because they have a massive dog kennel thing. Um, and Alan said that was not going with the house, and so they. I mean, it's really pretty how they built it, attached it to the side of the house. But they were out there taking that down, but I didn't have time to stop because I had to be somewhere. And so it's officially sold to the people. It is the people that I got, that got stuck behind me when I got stuck coming back home and slid sideways and was wedged in the between the hill and the road. Anyway, yep, 911 knows who I am. And that one guy's like, weren't we here last week getting you out? I'm like, yes, you did. I said, but I'm trying to get home now. And he's like, girl. I said, oh, I said, I've got snow chains, things for the tires. I said, I just ordered them. They're coming. And I said, I got a generator. And I said, it's supposed to be here as soon as they can get through this road. And the guy's like, well, that might be a while. I'm like, I know that. I'm fine with it. It's coming. Oh, but yep. So I'm the ding dong. They know who I am. The fool who lives on a road with no four-wheel drive that needs a four-wheel drive, but oh well. Don't got it, don't got it, don't got it. Man, it kills me. I even told Anthony, I said it kills me to see you driving my Isuzu. If John would have just went out there and fixed it, I'd have had a 4x4. But anyway, apparently it wasn't meant to be. And, he's got to put a little bit into it. Like he's like, yeah, I just ordered tires for it. Well, I'm sorry. You got it for freaking free. It's going to cost me $400 something. Well, yeah, that's about what it costs for, tires. Oh. And then I told you someone gave him a hard cover, a hard shell, because it was a soft shell on it, because it comes off halfway. Oh man, I love that thing. I'm so disgusted. But it runs. It's got the heater going, the air conditioning going, everything. But enough. Or I'll be being ungrateful. Oh, I know I'm kind of liking this one better, but that's because my flower's longer. I gotta do some magic glue erase. Okay. So we have that and that. Now, I know. Oops. I guess it's just the ink messing with my eyes, making me think something's going on down there. Okay, let's see about don't know. No, I need something small. Where's my little numbers? Oh, they're just buried over here. I know. Imagine that. That's the big Bahamas. Where's the little ones? That's too big. Oh, there they are. Hold on, I found a little section. Oops. Wait, I'm dropping them. Oh, and all the bugs are out. Oh, God. It's driving me crazy. All right, let me see these. Man, the trees that are down, all around here. Crazy. I have so many trees down on the back of the property, but, well, they'll just have to stay there until Anthony gets caught up with all his other stuff and he needs something to do. He can come cut that stuff down. I know, I'm kind of wanting to put it over here, though. And oh, man. I know, this is supposed to be quickie, but I didn't know what I was going to do, so. Takes a little longer. And I'm sliding around. And I don't like that because it doesn't look right there. Where's that other little piece I saw? Right here. This little gold. We could probably put the gold. Oh, okay, I like it. All right. And I guess we'll just stick this little piece on here. All right. Well, I used some stuff that was on the table. I mean, yeah, it's a table, yeah, on the table. Okay. You know it. It's naked down there. It needs something, so let's put this little scrap on there. Oh, shoot. Half of my plants died in the house. It was just too cold. They didn't survive, so they're dead. Oh, my poor poinsettia. Oh, and then one, two. I have one that maybe, but I don't know. But yeah, it was just too stinking cold in here. That's all there is to it. Except my main thing is I didn't want to, get sick and catch pneumonia because I had it last year, and I'm just trying not to go there. Oh, okay, that offsets it good. I like it. It's not so naked down there. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I like that side just in case. Oh, I like these. They turn out pretty. You know, if you don't have paint chips that have that little thing in there, well, I mean, you don't need to, but I'm gonna do something else with them. But after I was doing this, I was like, oh, I bet you that would be cute. So you can always use your square punch or something, or a little one of your little dies, and make your own little hole. So let's put this up here for another day, and that over there, and well, there you go. There's our 2 little journal cards that we did using a bunch of scraps that was just hanging around. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm sorry I've been gone for so long, but I mean, we didn't have internet. I mean, just everything. I couldn't do anything. So, and I couldn't make a video at the hotel because it was a dark room. But then I couldn't anyway. I just had no room there. I have too many other things to escape with that I couldn't bring things. So I hope you enjoyed this, and hope it just gives you a little inspiration. And I know. So we're going to have to get it. I decided to do something different for the next thing. So I might regret it, but we're going to do it. So I will see y'all later. Lots of kisses, lots of love. Yay, hey. Crazy's back. And I will see y'all on the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye. Oh, and I forgot to even tell you, I missed Valentine's Day with y'all, so I hope you had a good one. So, you know, I like to call it with my girlfriend Happy VD Day. So, you know, it's just an internal joke. So, y'all have a good one. Bye, guys.